Welcome, it's great to have you here. Today we have a really nice pressure sprayer test. We'll start in my hall because it's still really extreme minus temperatures outside. That's why we're starting here in the hall, and then we'll head over to the self-service box right away. I've brought you a pressure sprayer that I found on Amazon, and it closely resembles the SealStar foam sprayer, which you can also use as a pressure sprayer. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. In my opinion, this thing is completely no-name branding. Well, I can't find any manufacturer names on here. And you can see here, it's simply referred to as the handheld electric watering can, and you can also use it wonderfully for vehicle care. The thing costs around 20 euros, at least that's how much I paid for it. I don't know where the prices are headed, and let's open the whole package. I've already charged the head because it's fully electric with a spray nozzle on top, and the design really reminds me of the SealStar foam sprayer. You also have a slightly turquoise bottle included, and we can get that ready right away since we're going to take it to the self-service box. Anyway, first of all, in terms of style, I think the diamond look is actually pretty cool. You have here on the side 1 liter, 1.52 liters, which means you have a good amount in there. For a pressure sprayer, 2 liters is more than enough. You also have the extended nozzle here, which you can screw on at the front. I have to be honest with you, whether you really need this or if you want to spray into any small tricky corners, you can do that. But I think the regular nozzle we have here will be more than enough for us. You also have a charging cable included and a small manual here. And with that, you're pretty much all set. What we definitely need to do before this thing goes into operation is to attach the suction hose. First, you also have a small filter included, so I think for the money, it's absolutely fine. A small metal filter in a plastic housing. And then we'll connect the hose down here. That's really important. Otherwise, it won't draw any product out. I've already charged the head here via USB-C, and it completely reminds me of the SealStar. And you also have the option to fill something in from the side. I think that's a cool thing too. So you don't even have to unscrew the head, which really impressed me at first glance for the price. And I always like to test out different things for you. And you can also see here, the charging cable is included, and we're using the regular spray nozzle that we screw in here at the front. Make sure that the seal is in here. Otherwise, it won't seal properly. And then screw it on tightly. Here you adjust the spray angle, and then you just press the button. And then it makes exactly the same sound as the SealStar foam sprayer, which we can also use as a pressure sprayer. But here we only have the pure pressure sprayer version, and it costs about half of what the foam sprayer does. 2 in 1, you only have the pressure sprayer, and now we're going to fill that up. Let's spray a bit with water, and let's spray a bit with pre-cleaner. And we really need to clean the Kia properly. It's completely full of salt. And then I'll do a little cat wash, just pre-cleaning and rinsing now without hand washing, just a salt cleaning. So, we've already arrived at the SP box. We're currently at -3 degrees, while the neighbors are at -13 degrees. But at our Senfenberger SB box, here at the Waschbär box, you can see white smoke rising. That doesn't mean a new pope has been elected here, but rather that the heating systems are up and running. That means we have really nice warm water. The pipes are continuously flushed. You can also see here, nothing is frozen because there's underfloor heating here. That means nothing can freeze here. That means you can also operate this at -2, -3 degrees. I think it works up to -10 degrees during the day. That was my information anyway, but it doesn't get any better than that. Absolutely, top. So if you're ever in the area, come to the SB box in Senfenberg. Thanks again to the operator for allowing me to shoot the videos. And of course, I'm also happy to give support back here. And the best box, and we don't just need to say that, it's true because we're right in front of it, and everything is operational at -4 degrees. So now let's take a closer look at the pressure sprayer. I brought everything with me. You can see here, the car is ready. I just shot an update on the hood, which means it's already a bit wet. But now we want to test the pressure sprayer, and we're going to do that now. Everything we need to properly free the vehicle from salt, and we're going to do that with the pressure sprayer. I've already laid out 2 liters here. You can maybe see it here on the side. Look, almost a nice stripe. When it's standing completely straight, we're at 2 liters. I have the gravity brioche with me, and we want to first test the function of the pressure sprayer. And for that, you just take it in your hand, here on the start button. And you can already see here, we have a lot of salt. And up front, I've already filmed the update for the sealant shampoos. You can check it out in another video. Now let's just spray. I'll start, and we definitely need to adjust the spray pattern a bit first. Let's take a look. You see here, it works absolutely smoothly. I'll set it to the finest spray. And with water, the thing is, it's so quiet, so it sprays water absolutely effortlessly. I don't think I need to spray it on the car in the next 10 minutes. You see, it mists very, very finely works great. And since we want to do a pre-cleaning, let's add a bit of gravity now. Let's take 60 ml, shall we? And then the bottle is almost empty. So now take off the little cap up here. And now it's time to use the camera and dosing cap. Here we go. Ah, it works. Yes, it works. A little bit. Oh, be careful, don't slip. So, but with such cold hands, it's still twice as complicated. So, now we can put the cap back on top. Tighten it properly. And I shake it all up. And now we can test it here at the front. The nozzle setting is the same. First, the water. And now it's pulling through here. Look, now the gravity is coming through. And it has a wonderful spray. And it's so quiet, you can't even hear it. So you can't hear the pump body at all. Working. The spraying is louder than the pump noise. So you can already see here, look, the hood is even steaming. You can see how quickly this paint warms up in the sun. So really pay attention to it even in winter. Now we're going to walk all the way around the car. And it is, especially now in these cold days, super relaxed to spray everything. So the window is completely dirty, but as I said, I already sprayed a bit of water over it earlier. So that really works very, very well. Just go over it nice and evenly. It's more of a pressure spray test now. We're not doing an intensive wash here. I'm just going to rinse it off now. So now comes the totally with salt crusted rear. So the spray pattern is great. I wouldn't adjust it at all, otherwise it will just get coarser. So you can walk around here completely relaxed. I'm really spraying the whole car now. And then let's see how much of the 1900 ml we still have left in total. I don't think it even sprayed 100 ml in front of us. We should still have some left. You don't need to spray huge amounts here. It's really enough to just mist everything once. It's running down like this anyway. You can see that over here. So we'll spray the rest on the roof. So, and afterwards I recommend to you anyway, because there are no high quality seals in here, to withstand a pH of 14 or pH 1 over time. I would always recommend rinsing the head afterwards. And then with a very high probability, this part will really last a long time. If you store this here for a month and your highly aggressive, so to speak, pre-cleaners break down the rubber seals, then that's obviously logical. That's why you should just rinse the head afterwards at home. Then I actually don't see any problem. So let's stop for a moment. It also stops immediately. Let's take a look at the fill level, and we're just a little over a liter. And I've gone all the way around. That means we can definitely go over this again up front by going over it. And I'm also going to go over the 2 sealing shampoos again. So this is super relaxed. So for pressure sprayer conditions, this is absolutely sufficient. And it's fully automatic. No pumping, no repumping. And I'm already here. Loosely around the car with the fill level. And I can go over it a second time here as well. So it's really great. So that's enough spraying. We've gone all the way around and we still have left still over a liter. So you see, 2 liters are really not necessary. We can also spray the rims, for example. Then let's go around. So then we have the pressure sprayer test. Plus, the vehicle is getting nicely freed from salt. Now there are some really nice days coming up, and I actually want that the salt is a bit washed off, and that's also good for the vehicle. So don't forget down here, right along the bottom edge. So, perfect. Let's take another look at the level. We are still at about 700, 600, 700 mil, and we're done. Perfect. So it sprays well. You also have this nozzle with you. We can change that over during this time while it can soak in a bit. Yeah, well, whether this actually brings any advantage, folks, I have to tell you, I don't know. It makes the spraying a bit wider, but other than that, yeah, I don't know if that's really useful. So I would stick with the regular nozzle. And whoever says I want a little trunk on the front, then just do it. But I have to say, here, I don't know if this makes much sense. Feel free to try it out and see what you like better. It works, but make sure to screw it on tightly. And then it works with this nozzle or snout or whatever you want to call it. So, okay, but I think I'll stick with the other nozzle. And I also want to test the spray pattern with a very gel-like cleaner. This is the Tuga Grün, the latest formula. And you can easily fill it up here on the side and also empty it out. I think that's really well done. You don't have to unscrew the nozzle. So I really like this feature. It's actually so simple, but I really like it. So now let's test it out together. I'm just going to spray it right here on the floor. Yeah, and there you have exactly the point. So it's not suitable for very thick products. And I was already aware of that. Everyone is really struggling with the spray. Also, very fine dosing. I can turn it up a bit more. Yeah, you can see that again. So for very thick products, use a regular spray head. That part is definitely overwhelmed, obviously. But I think most people will use it with a pre-cleaner, and it really works absolutely great with that. And I think you could see quite well that it actually works satisfactorily, and that's for around 22 euros. You don't have to pump anymore. I think this is especially interesting for those who work with pre-cleaners and say, I don't necessarily need foam, but I just want to save myself the pumping and use something like this instead. And that it actually worked really well. Charging it is definitely fine. And also here regarding the battery life, you'll never reach the point where the battery runs out while you're spraying. So you can really be out and about with this for a long, long time. And what I also like is this side filling nozzle. You can use it, but you don't have to. It's definitely included and keeps everything sealed. So that works too. And as always, of course, the tip is to rinse the head afterwards, because the products can eventually attack the seal depending on their aggressiveness. But you can definitely drag that out for a long, long time. If you just rinse the head completely with water here, and that definitely works well. And with that, thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, I'll link the product down below. And I just want to say one thing. Think about the SealStar topic. It was already sold out after about 24 hours. I don't know how much Amazon or the seller has in stock. I have one now. I only need one. But if you want to get one, you might not want to wait too long, because I think it will sell out pretty quickly. Because it's actually a nice overall package, and for around 20 euros, that's totally fine. And with that, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Your Sebastian. Hey guys.